Hey, kia ora, Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Sun City in Arizona. How has your day been? Have you had a super fantastic, sparkling, thankful Thursday? Mine has been a really cool day. Hang on, I got the ticker tape going. Okay, we're all good to go. Sorry. Just making sure I had everything done. It's been a really amazing day today. So what are you, first of all, it's Thankful Thursday. So what are you most grateful for today? Let us know in the comments below. I am grateful for today because it has just been such an amazing day with amazing people involved. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see any of them in person, but it was all on Zoom calls, and it was an incredible time. But the day started off at like 7:20 this morning. I got my first of 14. My first of 14. My first of 14 robocalls today. I don't know what the heck is going on in New York State, but they were all from a New York area code, and I had 14 of them today. The last one I got was at like 2 o'clock or 2 or 3 o'clock this afternoon. No, hang on. I got one while I was in the mastermind call. Yeah, probably around 2 o'clock this afternoon was the last one I got. So from 7:20 to 2 o'clock this afternoon, I had 14 robocalls, all from the same area code, all different numbers. I'm like, what the heck? So I have no idea how to stop robocalls. If you have a solution, please let me know. Put it in the comments below about what solution you have for robocalls, because I would absolutely love to know about that, because that was just obnoxious. That was annoying. But the day's over. My phone's been quiet. We're good. We've got it out of the system now. So I had a good morning working on the chat today, helping lots of people, which I love to do. Then I got to mastermind with our mastermind group, and oh my gosh, today we went deep with emotions, deep with feelings. It was an unbelievable time. I got so, at the end of the call, I was just awash with emotions and stuff, and so I just went and laid down on the bed, what I normally do when I get that emotional. So I just went and laid on the bed, and my dog did not come and comfort me. She's just laying on her bed, just watching me. Look what you doing, Ma. Normally when I go lay on the bed, she comes and checks on me and may stay there and then go back out again. But no, she always comes and checks on me. She never, unless I was asleep at the time when she did, but I did fall asleep. I was supposed to be getting on a networking call at 3 o'clock and totally missed it because I was just so overcome with the emotions that have been shared by some people in our mastermind group, and some of the stories that they had to tell today. See, stories. People have stories. Into the stories that they were telling of things that had happened or were happening in their life, things they were going through right now. I just got so overwhelmed with the emotions that basically as soon as the call ended, I went and laid down on the bed and had a good cry. It was just very freeing. It was a way that I deal with that sort of overflow, and it was a really good cleansing thing. And then I ended up falling asleep, obviously, because I missed my 3 o'clock call, and got woken up with a text message at like 4:20, I think it was, somewhere around, it was between 4 and 4:30. That much I do know. Yeah, I think it was like 4:15, 4:20, somewhere around there. And then I got on a Zoom with a couple of amazing people, and we just had a really, really good conversation. And we ended the conversation not that long ago, but we just had a really, really good conversation. And then one of the other things I got to do today, between all of that, is I finally unboxed my air fryer that I've been waiting so long for and just hadn't had the time or the energy at the time to do it. But I finally got it unpacked. It's sitting on top of my cooktop, ready to go, except that I do have to do you've just unpacked your stuff. We need to wash everything out first before you can use it. And then it's got to be this far away from the walls, this far away from any da-da-da-da and all that. So got that bit taken care of. So now everything's like the trays and the utensils that come with it are now sitting on the counter next to it, waiting to be washed. So I'll probably go do that when we get off this. And that way I can do the test run on it before we go for a walk, and then maybe I've got some stuff in my freezer I can throw in there, so kind of looking forward to that. But I'm glad I finally got the time to unbox the thing. I did have to like throw stuff, just like move stuff around, and because I had some stuff that I'm not sure how it all got there. But I suddenly thought, I don't use my oven. That would make a really good storage area for some of this stuff. So my microwave's is a pantry, but I have these plastic containers that take up space on my countertop because I don't have the cupboard space for them. And they're for food storage, and so I thought, well, just put them in the oven. And it's okay to put them in the oven here, because unless I turn the gas on and open the other oven door and light the pilot, there is no way anything's going to melt in that oven, because you actually have to go in there to light the pilot. And I have no idea where my pilot is in my oven, which is why I've never used it. But there's no reason why I can't go in there and put use it for plastic container storage or cookware storage or something like that. So yeah, it could be where my bits and pieces for my air fryer end up, since I'm not sure where else I'm going to put them. But looking at this thing sitting on my stovetop right now, I'm not even sure where I'm going to put it when we travel, but I am going to keep the box, and that way I can place it in the box, because it'll have the polystyrene thing holding it in place, and then I could put the box somewhere where it's not going to move, and that will make it easier for storage, because there's no way that thing is going to fit in the only cupboard that it could probably go in would be under the sink. But there's a shelf that comes, so you've got the depth of the cupboard, and then the top shelf comes out halfway, and there's not enough space in that area for that thing for the air fryer to fit. So I do still have the box, and I will, the box will go into storage, and then when it's time to travel, I'll go over to the storage, pick up the box, bring it back here, so that I've at least got something I can place the fryer in while we're traveling, and then I'll have to figure out how to quieten everything that's inside the stove so it's not rattling. See, there's all these things you got to think about when you're RVing. You got stuff that you bring to the RV, and it's sort of like, okay, where am I going to put it when I'm driving? How can I secure it? And if I put stuff in my oven, how am I going to keep it quiet when I'm traveling, because things rattle? And there's nothing worse than driving down the road and hearing this rattling, going, oh my God. And then you stop and think, and as you're driving along, you suddenly think, oh, did I tie those two? And the two cupboards above my sink, I actually have a little tie thing. I tie them together, because that's where all my dishes are, and glassware and all that. Well, not glassware, plastic glassware. That's where all that stuff lives. And there's food stuffs in there as well. And I just don't want it flying open. And because it's a cupboard that's open and closed so much, the little closure thingies aren't as strong as some of the other ones that don't get open as often. So I just tie the door handles together, and then of course I'm driving down the road and I'm hearing all this rattling. I'm like, did I put the tie on that door? So I wait till I get to the next red light, and then it's sort of like having to like do a bit of a twist and a pretzel thing to turn around to see if I can see that thing, because you can't just turn, because you've got this slide sits right behind the driver's side, so you've actually got to lean out from the seat and then turn, and and see if I've made my little green bow. And if I've got the green bow, so like, okay, now where's the rattle coming from? So sometimes when you're driving the RV, it's playing the game of where's the rattle or the squeak? Where's the rattle or the squeak? Got rid of most of them. My dad found out that, Mum or Dad, it was when I was traveling with Mum or Dad, they found at this table where the squeak was, so they took the table off, got a paper towel, put it across the railings, then put the table back in with the paper towel between, because it was the metal rubbing against the metal. So this has got a hingey thing that comes undone, so you can drop the table down to use it for a bed. And so where the metal, I think it clips in like this. So like the table, you clip it in like this, and they put a piece of paper in between here, so that when it clips in, it's no longer metal rubbing on metal, so it wasn't squeaking. I'm like, yay! And that was one big squeak out of the way. So anyway, I tell you, living in an RV, you got to think differently on things. Some things are just the same as being in a house, but other times you have to think differently. Like, if I go traveling, where am I going to put this? Just a very simple question. Or if you go buy something, it's like, do I have the space for it? Yes. So you have to think of these things. It's like my computer here. I still have the box for it, so when I go travel, so when we go traveling, and that box is over in the storage, so when we go, or it's going to storage, we haven't got to storage yet, I have the box ready for the computer to go to storage, but when we go traveling, that box will come back, The computer will be stored in it while we travel because it's got all the protective stuff in there. And I have a place to keep it securely when we travel so it doesn't go flying around. It's not wide enough, though, to put the air fryer in there as well, but it will be big enough for the computer box to sit in that area and keep it secured while we travel. So, you got to think of these things. You probably don't, living in a house, you don't think that you just bring it home, unpack it, put it where it's supposed to go, and whoop, you're done. But you don't think about it when you're in an RV. What happens when I travel? Where is it going to go? Yeah. So I keep looking around. I'm sort of like, stuff has crept out of the cupboards and onto seats. And I'm like, I got to start creeping that stuff back into cupboards. And I'm going to start going through stuff because I know I've got some books that I need to get rid of. So I'm going to get those books out. And we've got a library here that you just go and they've got a bin inside the library that you put your donations for the library in the bin. And then, they take care of it from there. So there'll be a couple of bags of books going over there shortly when I next go do laundry, because it's right next to the library. The laundry and the library are next door to each other. But it's just looking around and going, where's this stuff coming from? And it's like I take stuff out and I forget to put it away. So, I think this weekend I have, I've got an event on this week. Actually the event's only Saturday. So Sunday I'll be able to do some sorting on Sunday. And since the event on Saturday finishes around 1 o'clock, I've got the afternoon that I can do some straightening up as well and putting stuff away. Yes. Very organized, my cupboards. I don't know how many times. But the problem is I don't have straight-sided bins, and those would be really good because I have bins that have slope sides. So there's these little compartments, which in some places are good because I've got little things that I can just slot into there. But I would rather have straight-sided bins. Maybe this way I could just get dividers to go in between everything. That's an idea. Anyway, so that's been my very eventful day today. So I've had great conversations today with people. I've heard some great stories today. And speaking of stories, how did you go with the question of the day? And the question of the day, we've got it written in the comments in the description of the video, is as a child, what did you want to be when you grew up? And did you follow that dream or did you do something else? Interesting question. And you heard my answer to that one this morning. So if you missed this morning's episode, you'll have to go back and watch that to find out what I wanted to be when I grew up and what I ended up doing. So something completely different from everything else. So that is it from us for today. Remember, telling your story is an important thing to do. Think about, generations coming after you, people coming after you who want to know, what was it like living through the global pause? What was it like living through a natural disaster? All these people with all the fires that have been evacuated from their houses. Tell those stories. What was it like to have your house being threatened by a bushfire? What was it like to get a tsunami warning and you've had to clear? Because of where you lived, you had to evacuate. Stories. Like I said, I got to hear a lot of different stories today, and it was awesome. I got to hear some very deep stories today, which I absolutely loved. I just took them on a little more emotionally than I thought I would. I'm a little emotionally attached to them, and that's okay. That's okay, because now I can go back and tell those people that, hey, I loved your story today. This is what it meant to me. This is how it affected me. So I just want to know I shed some tears for you today. Just, I don't know. I'm going to go, right now I'm going to end this. I've got about almost an hour before we go for our evening walk because it is 100 and something degrees outside right now. I haven't even looked. I don't even know what the temperature was supposed to be today. Let's see if I can quickly bring it up for us. I know it was triple digits, and I know we're in the middle of a heat warning. It's currently 108 outside. And by 7 o'clock, it'll be down to 105. But it will feel like 103. I love it. Here's your temperature. But the real feel is this. It just cracks me up. So we're out of the heat warning that we had, the excessive heat warning that we had, and we're now into air quality, which has been going on for over a week. And there are times when we're outside and there's been no breezes coming through. I've had the awning out all week. I pull it in at night and put it out. Most nights I pull it in at night and we put it out the next morning. I did not do that last night. I woke up this morning, went to put it out, and I'm like, oh, I forgot to wind it in last night. Oops. So it's a good idea to wind it in at night. And yeah, I think that was the only time this week I've done that. I might have done another night. But yeah, so my awning's been out so much, which has been good. But on the air quality side, it sucks because it's not blowing the crap away. And so when I go walking for Zeffie, it's breathing in. But Zeffie was very, very, very excited this morning because her friend Chloe is back. And Chloe's been back probably about a week, I think. I'm trying to remember when I saw them drive, because they drove down the street I think it was last week. And we happened to be out at the right time today and heading down to put the trash in the dumpster, and there they were standing at the end of the street. And so Chloe and Zeffie got to play a lot this morning, and it was a lot of fun seeing them back together again, because Chloe is such a cute puppy. She's got this very comical face that you can't help but smile when you see her, because when she looks at you, it looks like she's smiling at you, and you can't help to not return the smile. And she just loves playing with Zeffie, and Zeffie loves to play with her. So they got themselves tangled up in their leashes and had a blast while her owner and I got caught up on everything. And so it was good to see them back. It was good to see them back today, and Zeffie was super excited. But we had to cut the play short because I had to get back to do my morning live and then go do my training. So maybe we'll see them out again tonight. Who knows? Because we always like taking the dogs out when it's a little cool. Well, it's still daylight, but cooler, which is usually around 7 o'clock, 7:15 when the sun gets below the horizon, or not below the horizon, but below the roof lines of the houses. So you're actually walking in the shade. But it'll still be hot because there's no wind. There's no wind. We need wind. Wind would be good. With some rain. Yes. Anyway, I've rambled. I'm rambling. I'm tired. I got to get out of here. So go have a super fantastic sparkling evening. Remember, pull out your journals, whether it's typing it, whether it's recording it by voice, whether it's videotaping it, whether it's using pen and paper, pen and paper. I'm a mess. I'm out of here. Have a super fantastic sparkling. Write your stories down. Yes, write your stories down. And tune in tomorrow morning, bright and early for Fun Friday. Oh, what was I supposed to? Oh, International Dinner Night. That ain't going to happen tonight because I was going to cook it in the fryer. So I missed my International Dinner Night thing. It's right there. So yes, it's Fun Friday tomorrow, and we will have another question for you tomorrow to help prompt you to tell your story. And I'm trying to figure out which one to. Well, since it's Fun Friday, any of those 3 questions would fit in perfectly. Which one to do tomorrow? I'm going to go figure it out. And you'll have to find out tomorrow which one I choose. Have a super fantastic sparkling evening, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow morning, bright and early for Fun Friday. Hey, konera.